and a lot of people say it was through frequencies and vibrations, and then you see like architecture like the what was it, the 1870 something World Fair. They built all those things in, I believe, Chicago, and then destroyed it all. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it gave off the energy, but I don't know how. But it was, they used frequency modulation, like they can lift it up, telekinesis. I don't know, but I don't know, they use some sort of information or technology that we have no idea how to do.
I
And
mean, I'm sure there's
Tartaria, I
people out
mean,
there who,
maybe. Well, the shadow government knows.
yeah, I was gonna say they're keeping it from all of
Keep
us.
it hidden, right? Keep it hidden. So
They're not gonna
they're
let
using
us know.
right. They're using it. But yeah, Tartaria, yeah, that's something that's like, it's I can't put my foot. If was it here or wasn't it here? Now they could have just burned all the buildings down, like the Great Fires,
Yeah, did you know
Chicago,
that
Frisco. Mm-hmm.
there was like one night, there was a great fire in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, and Ohio, I think.
Mm, yeah.
All these places had huge fires that they
Yep.
said it wasn't like a normal fire. It was so
Mm-hmm.
hot, like
Mm-hmm.
the flames were blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, Shit melted. People just burst into flames.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
and it seems like a energy weapon or something.
Mm-hmm.
And also like the 1893 fair, the World
Oh yeah.
Fair in
The World
Chicago.
Fair. Mm-hmm. Those
Beat
pictures are
they built
incredible.
the Yeah, they built those giant structures and everything in a year, and
Mm-hmm.
then destroyed it all,
Yep. It took them a year
which
to
makes
build
no
it, and
sense.
it lasted 6 months. They burned it down, something like that,
Yeah, then they
or
destroyed it.
right. They used it and they just destroyed it right after that. But it took all these years for to make it, just for like a few weeks or something. It makes no
Yeah.
sense. So some say it was here for that long, or was already here, and then it was rediscovered.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah,
theory.
but
Yeah.
I mean, because if you look at ancient, like old architect around
Mm,
America and the world,
mm, yeah.
like some of the stuff does not make sense how they were building that
Right.
when they only had like horses and buggies.
Exactly. How can they
And
bring it to that distance?
and also like the mud flood thing, like you'll
Yeah.
see
And a
like parts
building
of the
under.
building.
Right.
Yeah, parts of the building look like they're cut off,
Crazy.
and yeah, I believe there was extra
Mm-hmm.
technologies. I mean, advanced
They're trying to
technologies
hide
that
something.
they knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that could be what it just comes down to is free energy.
100%.
Free energy. They don't want you. They don't want you.
Why?
And oil is renewable,
Why give us
like
free
water.
energy when they can make us pay for it?
Yeah. Exactly. Again, it goes back to loosh harvesting. They need to keep us at a
Mm.
low state of vibration.
See, like shit like this, like
That's your computer.
buildings are just
Yeah.
cut off. Yeah,
Oh yeah. So I tell you some
and
shit.
like
It's,
they,
it's, it's and then it goes back to how they changed time. They added like 5 years to our calendar. Some say they added like 100 years to our calendar.
I heard it was like 400
Four
years,
hundred years.
500
Yeah.
years.
Right. Push everything back.
Yeah. And they changed it, like we should be 13 months.
Mm-hmm.
If you had 13 months, it breaks down to where every month would be 28 days,
Mm-hmm.
where it starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday. And October, November, December, September, October, November. Those
Mm-hmm.
are all like September is seven. Seven is sept.
Mm-hmm.
Oct means 8.
Right.
Nov means 9. So basically, they changed all that to where the real start of the year should be March,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the spring starts. The new year.
Right. Right.
But they changed the calendar for
Mm-hmm.
some reason,
Right.
for
Right.
some control.
Yeah, they got us on this cycle of like control. Who knows? Some people say the Tartarians went to the inner Earth.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They made the remaining ones Cabbage Patch Kids. Put them onto the
Oh
orphan homes, re-educated them, foundlings.
yeah, did you hear about like in the 1870s or 18 something like that when they
Mm-hmm.
had the orphan trains and stuff?
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. And to this day, nobody has a concrete answer what happened to all the parents. Well, wars, famines, and these kind of things. Hundreds of thousands of kids, really? I mean, normally the whole family dies, but just the parents died and the kids are left. Something doesn't add up. So a lot of
Right.
people speculate the kids came from Tartaria and they were re-educated when they came into the industrial age, or the industrial age took over Tartaria and turned it into the industrial age. Because Tartaria, it was like free. I heard, I think it was Max Egan that said this, that there would be like a building, like a hotel with 400 rooms, with no bathroom, no toilet, because for
What
some
would they
reason
do?
they didn't eat, therefore they didn't shit or piss because their body could sustain the energy or something. They're like of a higher vibration, Tartarians, so they didn't need to eat all the time. They could just live off the sustenance of the sun and the air. I've heard stuff like that. You can do
My body works at such great power that it
that.
absorbs everything, and
Right.
there's no waste. It reminds me of that. It's always sunny. Yeah, it reminds me of that. It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Uh,
Bit where he doesn't shit. He's like, my body is just absorbing every single thing.
they could just live off the energy of the sun, something, walk outside. And so, like, even mansions they built in the early 1900s, they would literally build a mansion. It'd take 9 years to build, and then they would trash it 9 years later. So it'd take 9 years
Yeah.
to build this big mansion, like Midwest, Michigan parts, where these rich guys would build these big houses, then tear them down like a year later, or a couple years later.
Now, why is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's happening quite often, too. Matter of fact, I was at a podcast that goes into it. Nice looking house, old classic historian, Victorian, they called it. Built up and then torn down a few years later. It would take like 9 years to make. And it goes back to these, they want to keep putting us on these grids of technology. That's what I'm thinking. Every 10, 20 years, they upgrade the technology to put us more on this digital technology. So we move away from the free energy technology into this more, first it was landlines,
So
wires,
they can
and now it's,
control
right,
everything.
right. 100 years ago, in the early 1900s, that's where it all started, I think. That was the plan. And to keep us on the grid to now where it's tight control. I mean, they got a rat can fart in your apartment and it's recorded because of all the
Yeah,
technology
and
we have.
and
Every TV can talk to you, your phone can talk to you, if it can talk to you, it's listening 24/7. And who knows whatever kind of frequencies they can collect too. Body
then
heat,
I
he's sitting over there, she's laying over there, record all that.
I was listening to a video where it talked about one of the first census, I think, or census,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
these people that lived in a different time were talking about how things were different, and like when they went to that World Fair, they called it the White City and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
how it was
The Chicago Fair?
Yeah.
Mm.
But then so they cataloged all this and then put it in like some basement, and of
Mm-hmm.
course a
Yep.
fire. Well, at first one guy ordered for it all to be destroyed,
Mm.
and this is like the last generation before technology started taking a boom.
Mm-hmm.
And one guy ordered for it, a lot of it to be destroyed, and then the stuff that was left was in a basement. It caught fire, and
Mm.
the stuff that they could save, they put in like another area, but they didn't do anything with it. They didn't try to fix it. They're like, "Oh, it's wet, it's burned, it's no good."
Mm-hmm.
So like millions and millions of stories and documents were destroyed, which
Damn.
I think they did that on purpose,
Right. Of course.
so
Or they took it with them.
people wouldn't know
Mm-hmm.
the truth.
Yep. Yep.
I think it was Roosevelt who actually had the people who started it and had people going around interviewing all
Mm-hmm.
these people and
Right.
getting their story of the old time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But everything bad that happened with it, they tried to play like it was negligent, but I think they did that shit on purpose.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
like that Great Chicago Fire, that shit. Me and my buddy, when we were watching that video, they said people just spontaneously caught fire. It was so hot. They
Caught
were trying to
fire.
run across the
Damn.
field, and then
Mm-hmm.
boom, they're on fire, burned.
Right. Yeah. It kind of like they said a reset.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, a reset. And some say it only takes one or two generations to just do a reset, reteach everything over again. You know, in those churches, they had these big organs, huge organs.
Yeah,
Some say those were used as healing centers. They say that Notre Dame was a healing center during
yep,
Tartaria. And it
I've
was
heard
taken
about
over
that.
and then it became, yeah, it became a church, Catholic church. Before it was a healing center. People walk in there, just lay down, and the frequencies from the sound of those big pipe organs give off some sort of healing to the body, aches,
And the
pains, some
bells.
sort of rebalancing, shifting. The bells too. Yeah, that's right. The bells give off a frequency. Yeah, everybody can hear it. Mm-hmm. Do you remember blimps back in the day?
Blimps?
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever seen one?
The Goodyear blimp? Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, but way back when I was young, in the 80s, 90s, you would see them a lot, multiples everywhere. I mean, way more than today, at the very least. I mean, today you don't see any. If you think about
Yeah, it's pretty much outdated tech, I would say.
it, I don't know if it's outdated. I think that's the tech they use for anti-gravity ships. I think there's something to it. Maybe something, and maybe like how let me see, like how when we fly, we have to use propulsion. But with the blimps, they just use like just natural rotating currents or something. And
Well, they
from
had the.
that, you can go ahead.
I thought they had fans on them.
Yeah, I mean, they had fans, but I mean, it's, I don't know. I don't know how to connect it, but it's some sort of, you can use it to make, you can fly for free and travel off, like some sort of free energy. It's connected some way to free energy, the blimps.
Like my
And
buddy said.
some say like if you do deeper engineering, it can connect to UFOs, anti gravity technology. Somehow connected. And then we just stopped using them altogether. You don't see them anywhere. They used to be around a lot more back in the 80s, and of course before that.
It's like hot air balloons. It's just hot air
Right.
lifting them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think there's more to it. I don't know. They used them a lot during Tartaria. A lot of blimps and that
Yeah.
technology, maybe to travel or drop stuff off, trade. Mm.
Have you noticed that a lot of the pictures from back in the day, the sky's like photoshopped?
Yeah, that's right.
There's no
This is
clouds.
Godfather. I forgot.
There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
Mm-hmm.
why. What was in the sky they didn't want us
What's
to
in the sky?
see?
Yep. Mm-hmm. A
Like
whole bunch of
so
stuff.
many pictures are photoshopped, which is funny too, because
Yeah.
they say Photoshop was invented what way later? No, they've had it
Right.
forever.
There's a
Like
guy I
every
used to follow called
picture I'm looking at.
Miles Mathis or something. I used to follow him, and he kind of showed he actually had pictures of like there was like a physicist meeting or something way back in like the early 1900s, and you look at the picture, and it's all Photoshop. They just literally just cut pictures of Einstein and all these people out and put them on a piece of paper and said this is like a some sort of deep big science meeting in the early 1900s or something. Let me see if I can look it up right now. They was photoshopping all kind of shit back then. They rewrote history. They literally rewrote all that shit. What did Einstein really believe? They asked Einstein who was the smartest man in the world. And he said, I don't know. You have to ask Nikola Tesla.
Yeah,
Or how does it feel about being the smartest man in the world?
at least he was smart enough to know he wasn't it.
Right. But he was
And
smart
then
enough to
what?
know it was Tesla, and a lot of his stuff got watered down to the black budget.
Yeah, they killed him and stole his shit.
Right.
What do you think about the Great Wall of China?
Yeah, that's another one. I don't know. That's another one. It's supposed to be built to keep the Mongolians out, but some people are saying it was built to keep the Chinese out
Yeah, I've heard people say that.
because it's facing the wrong way.
Yeah, so the people were trying to keep the Chinese out
Right.
from their land.
So what was on the other side, or who was on the other side? They want to keep the Chinese out. And what were the Chinese doing? Trying to invade and go in, or did somebody want to keep them trapped in, or something there?
Right.
It's mysterious. I mean, you just don't know.
I wish I had a time machine and could go back and
Mm-hmm.
the Tesla and the Cabbage Patch Kids, the rulers
Yep.
of Tartaria.
Yep.
Magog, the founder, Gilgamesh, the Titan King, Solomon,
Mm-hmm.
Architect King, Emperor Shindar,
Shindo.
Kathway, Shindar, Genghis Khan.
Who are those names of?
It says the rulers of Tartaria.
Ah,
Tamerlane.
where's that from?
The It's on YouTube. I mean Google.
Google.
I'll
Google.
send it to you.
Rulers of Tartaria. So here it is. I found it. It's called the Solvay Conference. If you look that up, that was a devoted to preeminent unsolved problems in both physics and chemistry. It's like a scientists meeting they got together.
Send it to
And if you
me.
look at the picture, yeah, if you look at the picture, it's entirely fucking photoshopped. All these scientists are just cut out and pasted on it. It's crazy. Which means they've probably been lying about physicists and science for a long time.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they literally faked history. Literally faked history. You see the picture? Go back to the picture real quick. Let me see. Like how
The
much? How
lady's
much?
stuff on the
Yeah, just leaning, reading something.
her stuff doesn't match anything else on the table,
Yep.
nor size, and then the guy behind him also.
Mm-hmm. They literally made up that whole picture. Like, what are they trying to tell us? Or what are they trying to hide from us? And that's free energy. Free energy.
They're probably showing, oh, we got all the scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we say this, it's look who it's backed behind. All these
Right.
smart scientists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't get with
I
it.
saw a video they're working on consciousness transferal with the
Mm.
cloning.
Right. Putting our consciousness in like a machine.
Or like a clone's body.
Right. Longevity.
Yeah. I forget some celebrity or some person got killed recently because he found out that or was trying to expose that or something.
Really? Wow.